Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna, Natma, Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Dakshinamurthy Brahma, Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutadasya Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Charina Nirvisheshwam Nivadi Vaschandhya Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna. So today, Hare Krishna, let's go ahead and let's continue from where we left yesterday, which is verse number 25, I guess, from chapter number, verse number 25 from chapter 4. Daya Maji, would you like to go first?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have question.
Question. Okay, question. Okay, let's have question.
Prabhuji, yes, that you said na that calamity of heart that doesn't removed in case of Gyani, and in case of Bhakti, it is removed. I want that to be elaborated more.
Okay, yeah, that's actually one of the more esoteric part of bhakti. So what happens? Of course, this will be again be elaborately discussed as part of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in the very first chapter, because one of the 6 effects of bhakti is first effect of bhakti is called kleshagni, which means removal of suffering. So how does uh, suffering gets removed? So why there is suffering in the first place? See, it's like Buddha asked the same question: why is suffering? The suffering is there because of karma. Either it's a good karma or a bad karma. There is suffering because bad karma everybody understands is suffering, right? How come good karma is responsible for suffering? The reason being, when one is performing a good karma, to reap the results of the good karma, he has to take birth again. And when he has to take birth again, it's not just the result of the good karma that he's going to get, but there he will also perform other karmas. They may be good, they may not be good. And as a result of that, the cycle of his birth and death will continue. Every time this is going to happen, you do some good karmas, you do some bad karmas. Bad karmas you suffer, for good karmas you take another birth to enjoy. And then in the meantime, you do another bad karma, then again good karma. It's like that. And you have to keep on taking birth. So now what happens when we uh, execute a karma? The karma produces, the action produces a reaction and also produces uh, an impression of that action, not just the reaction. Any work, say for example, I'm studying. Okay. So I'm studying, so then I'm going to get a reaction for that, which is good marks. But the result of the study is not just good marks, but also retention of that study in my brain. That's an impression. So the marks is only just an event. The good marks are just an event. Like the day you will be jumping around the day, like you get 3.95 CGP, say for example. That's a really very impressive one, right? So you get like 3.95 CGP, but that's on that day. The next day and the next day and the subsequent days, you will remember many of the subjects you read. That is called the impression. So you did something, you got the result, but you also have the impression. And it's based on the impression you will be working. Is it not? Similarly, that's exactly the same thing, not even similar, they're exactly the same thing. So whatever I do in this lifetime, I also I get the reaction, or I get the reaction in the next life, but I uh, I accumulate certain impressions. Those impressions are, in Sanskrit technical terms, it's called samskar. Mental impressions are called samskars. Those samskars, or the mental impressions, are the seed of future action based on the same impression. Take for example, we see sometimes like kids, like 3-year-old kids, 4-year-old kids, very good with piano. They can hardly reach, their hands can hardly reach all the keys. Still they're very good with piano. Some like 4 or 5-year-old kids, They're like very good with like electronic tools. We might not be so much good with that. They don't have any formal education, and the parents haven't taught them anything. How do they have that? It's because they're carrying it from the previous birth, the impression. So that same impression impels us to work in the same track in the next birth or this current birth. So because that's why what what Jnana Yoga does, it can wash away the reactions of the action. But the Jnana Yoga cannot wash away the impressions of the reaction. Whereas in Bhakti Yoga, what happens? Bhakti Yoga starts the other way around. Bhakti Yoga starts from the impressions. So therefore, on the surface level, you will see nothing is working. I'm just the same person I used to be. What is the use of this Bhakti Yoga? It's not working. It's not helping. Yeah, because Bhakti Yoga removes the reactions of the action at the last stage. It's just like when you turn off the fan. So when you turn off the fan is still rotating, but the electricity supply has been cut already. So that fan will stop rotating after the like it has, it has done with the motion. Similarly, whatever impressions are left, that will play it itself out, and then no more karma. That's how the bhakti works. It's like inside out and outside in approach. That's the karma kanda. Karma kanda is all about trying to take care of your karma. But you can never take care of karma because the taking care of the karma is done by another karma. So basically, one karma is being replaced by another karma. In Jnana Yoga, you can take care of the reactions of the karma, you can burn them by jnana, as we saw yesterday, but the impressions are not burned. Therefore, because of the impressions, you will end up doing the same kind of activity. So
Hare
it doesn't
Krishna
stop.
Prabhuji, I have a question here.
Wait. Is it fine, Dayamaji? It's good
Yes,
enough?
it's fine.
Okay. Yes, this was
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandasana.
Krishna Premaji. Yeah, please go on.
Impressions means, is it affinity or bondage or on the subtle body somewhere? Because when
Yeah,
we,
impressions, samskar is a cause of bondage. It is not itself bondage, it's a cause of
cause of
bondage.
bondage.
And certainly it is on the subtle body, it's on the mind. The impression, samskar is stored in the mind.
But when one leaves the one body to the another body,
Yeah,
same
it
samskar
carries.
somehow goes to another body also.
Exactly. That's why you see some samskars are coming from the genetics of the parents. Some samskars, you don't know where they're coming from. They are coming from their past birth. That's why it's like two things. That's why whenever we in the Vedic system, Vedic, even in the Pancharatric system now, but even in the basically or formally in the Vedic system, they used to have this samskaras. And the samskar will start from before the birth of the entity and after the death of that entity. The samskar that is preceded by one's birth is Garbhadan, and the samskar which is followed after death is Antin samskara, Anteshti. That's it. So that's what we call the rites of passage. We're passing from one stage to another to the rite, RIT. Okay, right, rites of passage. That's there in almost every religious system. Every religious system has some sort of rites of passage. All right, go on, Shubham Prabhu, go on.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dana Pranam.
Go on, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, in the text number 13, we discussed about the Gun Karma Vibhajaksha and how animals also fall into these categories. But if we see, it is written gun karma, and animals are called the bhog yoni, not the karma yonis.
Yes, yes. But the karma is like he's in the animal body because of his karma. That's the idea. He might not perform more karma, but he is in the body because of the karma. So the distribution is because of the karma, not what he's acting, but what he has already acted. So,
Okay, Prabhuji.
okay. Thank you. Damni Maji, go on. Where is the other Damni? There are two
Hare
Damnis, right?
Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
You
Hare
are
Krishna.
you are not Hari Priya's sister.
No,
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 you are the
Prabhuji.
other Damni. You are Usha's sister.
Yes, I'm Usha's cousin.
Usha's.
Hare Krishna,
Usha.
Prabhuji.
Go on.
I am a daddy sister.
Where's the other Damni? I can see her. Wait. Let
Yeah,
me
here,
see.
sir. Here I am.
Oh, this
Here,
is yes,
Prabhuji.
yeah. Yes. Yeah, this is Damni. This is Hari Priya's sister. I can see. This is other Damni. Okay, go on. Go on, Damni.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी मेरा
Yes,
क्वेश्चन
go
है
on. जी,
प्रभु
फरमाइए.
जी जो है ना इजराइल और पैलेस्टाइन जो हैं सिटीज वहां पे जो अटैक्स हो रहे हैं तो
जी,
वहां पे जो लोग रहते हैं वो उनके कर्म है जो उनको अटैक्स हो रहे हैं
दोनों चीजें हैं. ऑब्वियसली
तो
जब
प्रभु जी वहां पे तो इतने सारे लोग हैं
ये कहा जाता है या हम टेलिंग कहा जाता है कि नालायक राजा के शहर में रहना नहीं चाहिए. नालायक राजा हो, हम कहते हैं ना हमारे यहाँ पे हिंदी में उर्दू में कहावत है, अंधेर नगरी चौपट राजा, 1 रुपए की भाजी 1 रुपए का खाजा. यानी कि जहाँ जिस जिस शहर में भाजी और खाजा दोनों 1 रुपए में बिक रहा हो तो वो अंधेर नगरी है और फिर राजा चौपट है, तो भागो वहां से. So that such kind of places, because of the acts of the administrator, the whole population has to suffer.
ओके
It's a fact. जहाँ पर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन खराब तब बिकॉज इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम द टॉप. जो पब्लिक है वो तो बॉटम पे है ना, वो तो बेचारी पिसने के लिए पैदा हुई है. वो ऊपर से जहाँ पर गड़बड़ होगी वहां से, जहाँ पर भी सड़ांत शुरू होती है, जब कोई चीज सड़ता है इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम द टॉप. क्योंकि बॉटम लेवल पे एक, जैसा मान लीजिए आप, ठीक है ना, बतौर पाकिस्तानी, ठीक है ना, आप पाकिस्तान का क्या नुकसान कर लेंगी? एक लड़की है, 2 बसें तोड़ देंगी, ज्यादा से ज्यादा जाके पत्थर पथराव करके जलाओ गिराव कर लेगी. उसके बाद पुलिस वाले ले जाएंगे और मरम्मत करेंगे आप, ठीक है ना. मगर यही अगर आप अगर मरीम नवाज की जगह पे हो, आपको अंदाजा है पाकिस्तान का कितना नुकसान कर सकती है.
यस
बस
प्रभु जी
that's how it works. ठीक है.
ऑलराइट
Thank you. All right. Vishaka Maji, go on. Let's move on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Please
I
go on.
want to ask a question from yesterday's class. Shalok number 4.18. 4.18. Ha.
Yes, go
There
on.
is one who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental although engaged in all sorts of activities. I don't get that point that you described that action in action and inaction in action, bhakti and forbidden actions. It was just so confusing.
Yeah, it is because it's it's like when Krishna uses allegories. So this is how like he's it's like that's wordplay. That's how Krishna juggles with words. It's one of the that reminds me of something uh, very romantic. It does in Bhagavatam. Krishna says to the gopis in 10th canto, Vrajam nasteyam, रुको मत जाओ, रुको मत जाओ. It's just the punctuation. So you don't know, and in Sanskrit, you don't have a punctuation. Unless and until you write it, there's no punctuation. You see, you only write it, then you can have punctuation. Vrajam, nasteyam. Vrajam means go. Nasteyam, don't stay. Vrajam na, don't go. Stayam, stay.
Stay.
So it's just like Krishna can speak like that. So say here also it's like that. Karma is like, you see, what he says is, karmani akarmana se pashin. Karmani cha karmaya. My God, what is he saying? Karmani akarmaya pashin. So what is it? Action karmani akarma? Akarmani cha karma. What's going on? You see? So it's like that. So karmani akarma. A person who can see action in inaction and inaction in action. So then what's going on? So intelligent, that means he is a person who is now on the Gyan mark. The Gyan margi, he can differentiate between action, inaction, and forbidden action. So now, when somebody is on the Gyan mark, he is seeing, engaged in whatever activities he is doing, but he knows that in this action, I am just the instrument or I am just the witness. If the action is being performed by the three modes of material nature, I am bound by them. So because I'm bound by them, so I am actually not, like I can see that action, but I don't have any command or control over that action. The only thing which I could control was my desire. So although there's an action going on, certainly there's an action, a karma means an action going on, but he sees that he is not part of that action, inaction. Now the second part, inaction, inaction. So when there is bhakti going on, something which is a karma, which should not produce any result or the transcendental result, that I am engaged in. Because who am I? I am the soul. The soul is engaged not in the karma of the body, but in the transcendental action. If the soul is transcendental, his actual action has to be transcendental. It cannot be material. Actually, soul doesn't do anything material. Just because the soul is thinking that he's doing something material, he's getting more and more bound on the mental level. On the spiritual level, the soul can only desire in a desire for Krishna or desire for liberation. So even if the soul is desiring for liberation, not even for Krishna, that is inaction. The desire is action, but the result is inaction. So action in inaction. And the previous one was like inaction in, sorry, previous one was action in action, and this one was inaction in action.
So
that's
ultimately, inaction in action is bhakti.
on the higher realms.
And
For
action in action.
for bhakti, he has to know the Bhagavan. Here, even he doesn't know Bhagavan, he understands karma and the results of the working of the karma, he can be freed from the karma. And that's what he is trying to do. Getting himself free from the reaction of the karma. So the path which he has chosen to get free from the karma is Jnana Yoga. The Jnana. That's it. So he is getting free from the karma. But he is not getting bhakti. So bhakti, he has to understand there is a Bhagavan, then he has to understand that he is a bhakta, and he has to understand the connection between the bhakta and the Bhagavan is called bhakti. So you have to, like he has to cover some little more ground. He has to cover a little more ground. Okay.
And action in action, it is like that you do not act when you are supposed to act. Action
No,
in
no, no,
action.
no, no, no. I am acting, but I understand that the action is not being carried out by me, the soul. The action is being carried out by the three modes of material nature, and my body is responsible because that is also made up of three modes of material nature. The action belongs to the body, not to the soul. Then he can see inaction in action.
Inaction and action. No?
Yeah,
I
he
am
can see inaction, akarma in karma. Then he can see he is doing karma, but he can see the akarma in that, because I am not the body. The karma belongs to the body. It is executed by the body. It will be suffered by the body.
It is akarma in karma.
Yes.
And
And
karma
when
and
he,
akarma.
yes. So when he is engaging in akarma activity, so he takes the responsibility for that akarma, that it is my karma. I'm working. Anything transcendental, what I'm doing, it is the action thing which I, or the spirit soul, is doing. The spirit soul can only act spiritually. And whatever spiritual action is there, it is called akarma. So I am doing the akarma. That means I am saying I am doing the karma of akarma.
Karma of akarma.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
It's just like in action and inaction. If you don't give that space, the punctuation, you see, Rajam the stale. Okay. All right. Okay, I need a volunteer. Who's gonna volunteer today? Reading. Komal Mataji. Okay. Okay, Harshita Maji. Would Harshita Maji like to read? You sure? We have got around 20 verses. Okay.
Yes,
Harshita.
yes.
Wait. Wait. This is verse number 25, and from 25 onwards, this is yeah, the next concept. Okay. Go on. Ashika Mataji.
25 connects. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some of them offer sacrifices in the fire of the Supreme Ram.
So what's going on? So now they are gradually moving towards, like, what you see, Karma Kanda, and what is you see, Jnana, the Jnana Kanda section. Okay. Jnana means when you offer the sacrifice on Brahma. You see, they're deliberately using the term Brahma. It's not using the term Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Sat part, the Brahma part. Okay. Just like the other day we were discussing about absolute truth. Now I'm talking about the Brahma. That means the impersonal part. Okay. Go on. Please go on. Harshika, please go on.
Some, the unadulterated brahmachari, sacrifice the hearing process and the senses in the fire of mental control, and others, the regulated householders, sacrifice the objects of the senses in the fire of the senses.
So now you see how the brahmachari and the grihastha, they can perform jnana yoga, but you will see in the purport, Prabhupada is like turning that, how the same thing can be engaged in bhakti yoga. Okay, that's like, that's the Prabhupada style is like that. But otherwise, you can say that yes, sure, that is how the Jnana Marga works. But like, yeah, it's one and the same thing. So uh, let me see if I'm not missing anything on that. No, I'm not missing on this. Let me see. I still want to just give me a second. I think I'm missing something. No, it's okay. Okay, please go on. Please go on. Others.
Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all the senses and of their life
live breath as oblations into the fire of the controlled mind.
Yes. So this is what's going on actually. Now, how sacrifice or tyaga, or you can say yagya, more, not even tyaga, yagya leads to jnana. Yagya is leading to jnana. Okay. Yagya can also lead to bhakti, but in this case, yagya is leading to jnana. Why? Because the target is the impersonal Brahma. You see, I was there here, Brahma. So that's why whatever is going on in Yanmar, the target is Brahma. The sacrifice is done directing the Brahma, okay, the impersonal feature of the Brahma. Go on.
Having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened by sacrificing their possessions, and others by performing severe austerities, by practicing the yoga of eightfold mysticism, or by studying the Vedas to advance in transcendental knowledge.
Yes, you see. So now the process of Jnana here you can see, like what activities are done in Jnana. First is strict vows. That is the first thing. You see, Jnana means the first thing is this tapa yagya. You see, dravya yagya. The first thing is dravya yagya. Dravya yagya means dravya is like what? Ingredients. But what are the real ingredients? Whatever I possess. Okay. Tapa yagya. Austerity. Okay. Yoga. Yoga yagya. You see? Now you are using Ashtanga Yoga. So the Ashtanga Yoga practice is inculcated in Jnana Marga. That's why most of the Ashtanga yogis are Jnana Margis. Okay. Although you may say that they are Dhyan yogis, they are using the Dhyan, the practice or the template of Dhyan for Jnana. Okay. The Dhyan means impersonal Brahman. Okay. And then there is Swadhyaya. Okay. So what is the Swadhyaya? You may think that reading books, but like thousands of years ago, there were no books. So what were they doing? They were listening. And they were contemplating. Contemplating. That's why in Jnana you will see a lot of philosophers, as we were discussing. Aristotle, Socrates, sorry, not Aristotle, Socrates and Plato. See, it's like all Jnana. Okay. And then Jnana Yagya, you see, advancement of transcendental knowledge. So that is transcendental knowledge. It is not bhakti. Okay? Jnana. So all of these things, one takes to all of these things. Different limbs. Dravya Yagya, Tapa Yagya, Yoga Yagya, Swadhyaya, 4, and Jnana Yagya, 5. 5 elements which are used in Jnana Marg. Okay? It's part of Jnana Yoga. Oh, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu. Yes, you have raised your hand. Yes, Prabhu, go on.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have a question from the previous verse number 26.
Right. Yes, Prabhu, go on.
Yeah, please accept my humble obeisance, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, here it is mentioned the unadulterated brahmacharis and the regulated householders. So is it here we are talking of the Varna ashram dharma and all?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay.
Of
And
course, yes.
Prabhuji, what does this mean? The sacrifice, some sacrifice the hearing process.
Because that's what he can do. The brahmachari sacrifices hearing. In the brahmacharya ashram, that's what he's supposed to do. in the Gurukul, not in Brahmacharya ashram. In the Gurukul, that's what he's supposed to do. Hear, study. Hearing means study. The sacrifice of the student is study. Brahmachari is a student, is supposed to study. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji.
All right. So these are the 5 elements of Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga. Go on. Ashika Maji, go on.
Yes. Still others who are inclined to the process of breath restraint to remain in trance, practice by offering the movement of the outgoing breath into the incoming and the incoming breath into the outgoing, and thus at last remain in trance, stopping all breathing. Others, pertaining the eating process, offer the outgoing breath into itself as a sacrifice.
So here you see what we understand to be the Ashtanga Yoga. But the Ashtanga Yoga done with the target of achieving impersonal Brahma, therefore it is called Jnana Marg. Okay? So whatever the discipline we are using, if the discipline is used, we will always see what is the discipline used for. What is the end result? Just like I am reading Bhagavad Gita, but my target is to merge into the absolute truth, Brahma. Then I am reading Bhagavad Gita, but that is part of Gyan Marg. But I am reading Bhagavad Gita, the idea is to basically serve Krishna. So that becomes Sambandha Gyan, like the first part of direct bhakti. See, that's how like things are. Yeah, that's how things work here. The different types of sacrifices work at work. Questions? Wait. Questions? Any questions? I believe there should be questions. I think
Hare Krishna,
everybody is
Prabhuji.
not getting confused. Yes.
Uh, Hare Krishna.
Mahashad. Oh, sorry. Please go on.
So I just wanted to ask that in this one, like the breathing process, it's talking about all opening of all the chakras, right? Wherein, a breathing process is being practiced by the yogis and they try to open all the chakras.
Yes.
That's what it is talking about, right?
Yes, it is there. It is part of that.
Okay.
It's part of that. It's part of that. Because the Shat Chakra Yoga, that's at different levels, it leads to different results. So it depends like with what effect I will be using, because that's just a template. I can use that template to go to the highest planet. I can use the template to merge into the Brahma. I can use the template to like prolong the energies of within the chakras. Okay, and attain Sat this. So that's just a template. And along with when we combine that with different things, for example, when you're combining here, we're combining it with Gyan Marg, giving it different. When we combine that with Bhakti, it is called something called Kriya Yoga.
Kriya, okay.
So it goes to it goes for a different kind of effect. When we use that with Shankhya, so that basically that's how you do the Shankhya Yoga, because it requires a lot of contemplation.
Right.
So yeah, although apparently for the layman, everybody's sitting there and he's performing an asana and he's in trance, but it is the practitioner, like based on the conception what he is practicing.
Yeah.
That's what
What he or she is meditating on.
That differentiates the marga. Yeah.
Okay. One more question, sorry. From 28th shlok, there I have little confusion in Tapa Yagya and Yoga Yagya. What is the difference?
See, this is Tapa. Tapa means austerity, and yoga means addition. When you tapa actually
Okay.
focuses more on what do you call that? Like retracting yourself.
Okay. When
Retracting.
I say that, okay,
retracting.
I will not do these kind of things.
Yes, retracting, just like the example Krishna is giving in the previous chapter of the tortoise.
Okay.
Of the tortoise who is basically retracting all his limbs.
Mhm.
So that's like the tapa. So it is part, this is part what we call these two things. Wait. Nivritti man. Nivritti means that I want to give up. I
Okay.
want to be free from this thing. Whereas yoga yagya, it is like it is also nivritti, but it is engaging. That's like engaging. It's like engaging the mind. There it
Okay.
is retracting the mind. It's like that.
Okay, I got it.
While one is performing Jnana Marg,
Mhm.
at some point he requires tapa yagya. At some
Yes.
point he requires yoga yagya. So
Yeah.
all these 5 tools, they are tools he
Mhm.
will use accordingly to reach his goal. That's how it works.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hey, thank you. Hare Krishna. All right. Verse number 30. Harshika Maji, go on. Harshika Maji. Harshika Maji is, I think she is busy. Okay. Nishta Maji, can you take up the reading for us? For 30.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Go
From
on.
30, right? Okay. All these performers who know the meaning of sacrifice become cleansed of sinful reactions, and having tasted the nectar of the results of sacrifices, they advance toward the supreme eternal atmosphere.
Okay. It's talking about supreme eternal atmosphere. It is not talking about spiritual planet. So this is basically Paravyom kind of thing. Brahma Sanatanam, you see? The verse is saying, Yanti means he goes, Brahma Sanatanam. He goes to the Sanatan Brahma. Not Paramatma, not Bhagwan. You see? So it's the goal, the target that decides the path we have taken. Therefore, that's not a very intelligent proposition that all paths go to the lead to the same goal. Not exactly like that. Not in that way. Okay. So Yanti Brahma Sanatana, all the performers. So the one knows the meaning of sacrifice, the yagya. Then he's cleansed of sinful reactions, because without that, you cannot, that's common sense. Unless and until we are not cleansed from sinful reaction, we have to suffer in this world. But when you're cleansed, that is not enough. Having tasted the nectar of the sacrifices also at the same time. Okay? So what you are tasting the nectar of sacrifice. That means the nectar of yagya. Sacrifice, tapasya. That also has a nectar in it. That's not like the nectar of bhakti, not the bhakti rasamrit sindhu, but it's like tapa, the rasa of tapasya, the rasa of jnana, the tapa of the rasa of yoga. Okay? This kind of thing. So he can advance towards the supreme eternal atmosphere, which is the Brahma Sanatam. That means Paravyam, or you can say Brahma Jyoti. Okay, the more common parlance, it is called Brahma Jyoti. Okay. Yes, Harshika Maji, go on. Ashika Maji is back. We're going to, we are moving, inching towards very important verses now.
Actually, I got disconnected. Find
That's all right. That's okay. You're always connected. Go on.
Should I read this one? Text 30?
Yeah, 31.
Should I?
31.
Okay. O best of the Kuru, O of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then of the next?
Yes. You see? Sacrifice, yagya. One cannot live on this planet or this life. So everybody must do yagya. That's why in all the 4 yugas, there are different yagyas. That's why in Kali Yuga, even chanting of the holy name has been relegated to a position of yagya. It's not that there was any concept of chanting the name. It was always Shravan Kirtan. But now, the Shravan Kirtan has been packaged as Sankirtan Yagya. Okay. So, without Yagya, you cannot. Not possible. That's a proper, that's such a big purport, you see, like in the last chapter, Anna Bhavanti Bhutani. That's why. That's the reason. All right. Vaibhavi Mataji, you had your hand up. Go on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. I had a
Ashwini.
question from the previous verse. As it is said that one who comes to the platform of spirituality, that is bhakti, he is freed from all the, he has already passed all these sacrifices, yagyas, and everything, and then they come to the path of bhakti. So, how is
Yes.
it that if one has already passed all these sacrifices, and it is mentioned that sacrifices help one to become cleansed of the sinful reactions, then how
Yes.
is it that the devotee or the practitioners who are doing the, who are in the process of bhakti suffering?
Two things. Thank you for your question. Two things. This is actually a very relevant question where people ask this question because there is this basic confusion. First, this is not talking about bhakti, this is talking about Gyan Marg. Okay. Second, come to your question, the core of your question, which is actually not just a question, it's like I can hear the, like, the ache, the aching of the heart. So why is it like, are we suffering? We are doing, it's like if somebody comes to bhakti, that's the point. We discussed that. We are talking about bhakti. What we are doing is not bhakti, it is sadhana bhakti. Every time, whenever you hear every time when we hear the term bhakti and we confuse that with, like what we are doing. What we are doing is a practice of bhakti, something that looks like bhakti. You see, that's why when we say bhajan kriya is not bhajan. Bhajan is done by bhaktas. That means those who are on the platform of Bhav Bhakti. Before that, we can only do a kriya which apparently looks like bhajan. All these things what we are doing, this chanting, these all looks like bhakti. But actually they are done by the bhaktas. So we are like going through the motions. And by going through the motions, gradually we get attached to those motions. We get attached to the object of those motions. So gradually we advance and we come to the doorstep, final doorstep of that, which is called asakti. Then we can go no further. Then at that time, we have to wait for Krishna to pull us in. That is called Bhava Bhakti. You see? So, Prema Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, one does not perform them. One does not execute them. It happens. So that's what is said, like when we sing the Guru Puja in the morning. Prema Bhakti Jaha
Hoite, avidya vinash hoite.
Oite. Hoite or korite?
Hoite.
Is it hoite or korite?
Hoite.
Hoite. So prema bhakti, bhav bhakti is hoite. It happens. Sadhana bhakti is not hoite. Sadhana bhakti is korite.
Korite.
You
Okay.
see, that's the point. You have to continue doing sadhana bhakti, and then that's gonna happen when Krishna's sweet will descends.
So in sadhana bhakti, you suffer, and that's a process.
Because that's the first limb of the six. That's why I'm saying I'm repeatedly referring to nectar devotion. When it says sadhana bhakti has got two telltale signs. First is kleshagni. That means the sufferings are lessened. It doesn't say the suffering is gone. Kleshagni, suffering is cleansed up or murdered. Gni means to kill, killing suffering. So it kills when you complete the process of sadhana bhakti. That means you reach bhakti. So while you are part of the sadhana bhakti, the killing process of the misery is we are undergoing the killing process. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Nishta Maji, do you have a question or you like?
Prabhuji, I had a doubt in text number 29. When we go through the
Okay.
first,
Wait.
yes, Prabhuji.
Let me pull out that purport for you. That's all. That's all. Yes, go on.
In the purport, where the second shloka is about to, I mean, the sub under shloka that is about to start in it, above that, this 1, 2, 3, 4, last fourth line above that, it says, so at the end of life, he is naturally transferred to the transcendental plane of Lord Krishna. How are we supposed to understand this transcendental plane over here, Prabhuji?
Wait. Elevated to the spiritual platform. No, Krishna Prasadam. That's different. It's above that. It's above that, right?
Over here. Last fourth line.
Wait. Krishna situated in the transcendental loving service, senses always. At the end of it, naturally transferred to the transcendental plane of Krishna. Yes. It is like a Krishna conscious person. You see, it's a however going on. You see, read the thing, however. It's talking about because before that, it was talking about the Gyan Margi. You see, the intelligent yogi. That's why it's saying by practicing Kumbhaka Yoga. Kumbhaka, Rechaka, you see all those things. So that's you are using the Kumbhaka Yoga. He can increase the life. However, the person who is situated in Krishna consciousness, he does it like that. That's different. Therefore, he doesn't make attempt to increase his longevity. So from that's like standpoint, he's discussing that. Good question. All right. Go on. Okay, Vishaka Maji. Vishaka and Harshika. Now you guys are together. This is another Harshika. What's going on?
Yes, we are together.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
our
may
net
you
is not
always be
working,
together.
so I left my phone.
Okay, go on. Yes, Harshika Maji. Do you want to read or you want to have a question?
I have read.
Okay, go on. 30.
All these different types of science are approved by the Vedas, and all of them warn of different types of work. Knowing them as such, you will become liberated.
Where are you? Where are you? 32.
4.32. Yes,
Oh, you
we are on
started reading.
32 words.
Yeah, it's okay. My bad. So, what is it
Can
saying
I
now?
read it?
No. I'm there. You can see it's on the screen. So, all this stuff is approved by the Vedas. So all these different kind of yagyas which we were talking about, tapa yagya, jnana yagya, okay, yoga yagya, all these yagyas are approved by the Vedas. And all of them are born of different types of work. You see? What do you understand by that? They are born out of what? What does it say? All of them are born out of different types of, it's written here, work. So they are coming from karma. That means the people who have got different proclivities for different kinds of karma, they get attracted to this different kinds of yoga. You see, a person has got a particular karma for this kind of yoga. He gets attracted towards this thing. So knowing them as such, he will become liberated. That's the idea of Jnana. You see what Prabhupada is writing? Because men are so deeply absorbed in the bodily concept, these sacrifices are so arranged that one can either work with the body, mind, and with the intelligence. Why? Because they are born of different types of work. Okay. Why? Because it is based on the desires of different kinds of living entities. We've got all kinds of living entities who have got all kinds of karma, all different kinds of samskar. Not everybody has got the samskar for bhakti. So they are naturally gravitating towards these other yogas based on their samskars. Yes, Nishtha Maji, go on.
Prabhuji, over here, the last second line says, but all of them are recommended in the purport for ultimately bringing about liberation from the body. How to understand this liberation from the body, Prabhuji?
Yeah, so mukti is the minimum benchmark. Because for all kinds of yoga, mukti is the benchmark. See, what is the purpose of dharma? Ultimately moksha. Dharma artha kama moksha, that's why. Except for bhakti, which is talking about prema, all the other yoga systems aim for moksha. That's it. That's why everybody must, whoever is following the dharma, should aim for mukti. But whoever is following, who is performing bhakti, will aspire for prema. Getting my point? Everybody is not aspiring for prema. But all the human beings, they must at least aspire for mukti.
Prabhuji, but how come Mukti is going to help them out as in
That's not helping or helping is a different thing. But that is the reach of the Vedas. You see, it's saying that, approved by the Vedas. That's why Krishna said, don't get entangled by the Vedas.
So
That's why he said that. Go on.
They will be in the cycle of, getting done with good karmas and then coming back and then again and again, right?
No. They will be liberated. But then after, if when they fall from that liberated position, then they will happen like that. The time being, they will be liberated. See, I am giving you the solution for the problem you are asking me. You are asking me, how can I get delivered? I'm telling you, this is the way you can deliver. You never asked me that, how can I love you? Getting my point? So when Arjuna is going to talk about that, then Krishna will tell him, Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaram. That's why there's bhakti yoga at that time. At this time, Arjuna is not asking, oh Krishna, how can I love you? At this time, Arjuna is simply going like, how can I be liberated? That's what he's looking for. That's why I don't want to fight, because you don't want to get entangled. Okay, this is how you get liberated. Getting my point?
Prabhuji, I'm so
You
sorry.
follow?
I got disconnected because there's
Oh,
a
I see.
going
I
on.
see. I'm saying Arjuna is doesn't want to get entangled, which was very clear. But what he said in the first chapter and even in the second chapter, he doesn't want to get entangled. So Krishna is telling him how to get liberated. Arjuna never asked Krishna that how can I love you? You see, when Arjuna is going to ask Krishna from the 7th chapter, then you will see that Krishna will tell what is bhakti and what is the result of bhakti, which is prema. Well, he can only answer a question which Arjuna has asked. Why? How can he start answering a question he hasn't asked? Okay.
Okay.
All right, 33, go on. And there's a very famous verse coming. Yes, Harshikamaji, go on.
No chastiser of the enemy. The sacrifice for knowledge is better than the mere sacrifice of material possession. After all, son of Pratha, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge.
You see, now I'm saying how sacrificing the material position is better, is inferior. And sacrifice performed in knowledge is superior. See, here, let's see the verse. Shreyan Dravyamayat Yagya Jnana Yagya Parantapa. The Jnana Yagya is better than the Dravya Yagya. Remember, we discussed 5 kinds of Yagya. Jnana Yagya, Dravya Yagya, Yoga Yagya, all of that. So this the Dravya Yagya is inferior. And Jnana Yagya is superior. That means contemplating about the absolute truth is superior than this Agnihotra Yagyas, which is Dravya Yagya. So, see, this is how he is basically giving a gradation. All right. So, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. Same. You will come to Gyan Marg, Gyan Yoga. All sacrifices of work culminate in knowledge. That means when you do this karma sannyas thing, then you can come to jnana, impersonal Brahma. Okay? So this is the way of coming to Gyan Marg through Karma Marg. Okay? So he's giving different paths by which one can come to Gyan Marg. But then, now, a very important verse is going to come. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashtena sevaya upadekshanti te jnana jnanina statra darshina. Read on, Vishakha Maji. This is a very important verse.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have got a question.
Since you have got your hand already up, you have the advantage. Go on.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Karma Gyan Yoga comes after the Karma Sannyas Yoga. First,
No.
we will have
Jnana
the
Yoga
Karma Sannyas.
is using Karma Sannyas Yoga. He's using Karma Sannyas Yoga is being used in Jnana Yoga. Okay.
Okay.
Can you just give me a minute? Just give me a minute. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Just give me a minute. Just give me. Just give me. No, I'm there. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I like kind of messed up something. Okay, maybe we can continue. I think we should continue. We should not talk about this. This is such an important verse, and I'm getting such a bad impression. Anyway, all right. So we are now we are on this. Yeah. Go on. Yes. Vishaka Maji, you had a question, right? Did we answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Read on. 434.
Just try to learn the truth. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth.
One of the most used verses, extensively used quoted verses by Prabhupada from 4th chapter. This verse is, of course, one of your memory verses, but should be like drilled into the brains, like submissive inquiry, pariprashna, and service, seva. See, that means the Tattvadashi will instruct and initiate the disciple. See? So inquiry and service, Tattvadashi, it's just like, okay, let's okay, do you have questions on this? Otherwise, like there needs some elaboration over here. There's a need of some elaboration, but do you have questions in the meantime? Yes, Vishaka Maji, do you have questions? No. It's just that your hand is up, right?
Because I am reading, I just raised the hand.
That's all right.
So that means you can reach out to your spiritual master as in your Diksha Guru or your Siksha Guru, right?
Yes. Shiksha Guru means one who imparts practical instructions to a disciple for his progressive advancement, self-realization. So the point is, here it says, we generally talk about the disciple's qualification. But what about the qualification of the guru? This verse talks about the qualification of the guru. The guru has to be Tattvadarshi. Now, what does the term Tattvadarshi means? It doesn't say Krishna Darshi. It says Tattvadarshi.
From the Guru Parampara.
Yeah, that's there. All of the things is there. He may be from the Guru Parampara. But he must be Tattvadarshi. What is the Tattvadarshi? And he can see things through the eyes of the scriptures and the principles.
Okay. Okay. As it is.
It's not just, yeah. It's not talking about like, oh, I have seen Krishna. That's good. You have seen Krishna. How am I being helped by your seeing Krishna? You see, that's the point. You can see Krishna is very good, but it's not helping me till the time I can see Krishna. I am looking for a person who can help me seeing Krishna, not just satisfying seeing Krishna himself.
Give the path for us.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the idea of Tattvadarshi.
Okay. Okay. Who can
Tattva.
guide us to reach the ultimate goal.
Yes, he and because why he can do that? Because he has seen the truth like that. He has seen the truth like that. Here seeing the truth is what?
He has
Like
experienced.
when yes. Otherwise, see, it is also grammatically incorrect. Seeing the truth. Truth is spoken, truth is not seen. Is it not? Truth is meant to be spoken, truth is not meant to be seen. What does it seeing the truth means? You see?
Who has done it, been there, done that? And
Yes.
exactly how
Yes.
it's there.
Yes. And he can also help me doing that. There may be people who have seen the truth, but he might not be either interested to help me or he doesn't know how to help.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all glories to them, but I have to move on. Okay. Go on, Dayamaji, go on.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, here it is talking about spiritual master like Diksha Guru or Siksha Guru.
Both.
So Siksha Guru can be like it's written like self-realized. All our Siksha Guru can be self-realized. It's not necessary.
Why not? Why not? Why am I wasting time with him if it's not self-realized? Why am I wasting time with it?
I didn't mean this.
No, I'm saying that. I mean that. I'm saying that. Why should I waste my time with somebody who's not, like, who cannot help me on that path? Siksha Guru means like, what is the difference between a Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru? Hardly any.
I don't know.
Yeah, hardly any. Hardly any. The status of the Siksha Guru is almost on the same platform. Exactly on the same platform, actually, as the Diksha Guru.
In my mind, it is like something. Diksha Guru is someone who is self-realized, and Siksha Guru is just teaching. That is called Siksha Guru. That's why
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Siksha Guru is basically like
both are self-realized.
Yeah. It should be.
Sorry.
One is supposed to be, yeah. Otherwise, it becomes like, just like I'm adept at giving this driving example. When you want to learn driving, you don't purchase a new car. You take a second-hand car and you learn the driving. Like all the ups and downs. You can bang the car against the wall, against the tree. Anyway, so other things, banging and banging all around. And then when you know finally how to drive, then you purchase the new car. So the old car being the Siksha Guru and the new car being the Diksha Guru. That's not how it works. The Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru, both are supposed to be self-realized. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
This topic is actually needs more elaboration. It is being elaborated more in the ISKCON Disciples course. So try coming to the ISKCON Disciples course. Damni is there. You see, Damni already has her hand up. Yes, Damni Maji, go on.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, my question was like, can we share the leelas that my mother had done? Like, my mother was smiling today, he ate the food with the devotees, not the other one.
I couldn't get that. Can you slow down a bit? Your mother?
Like,
What is mother?
Like, can we share the leelas of the mother? Like, I have the Gopal, so can we share the leela that he has done at my home?
Whom would you like to share it?
With not even with the devotees.
Yeah. With whom would you like to share it with?
If I have my devotee friend, so I can share with her that I saw this.
What do you intend to get out of that? What is the possible outcome we are expecting when you share that Leela with your devotee friends? Hello, Damni?
Yes, Prabhu.
Where are you? No, not Asudani. The
Here. Yes,
Ambani.
yes.
Yes. Yeah. Then what do you expect? Like what is your aim? What do you expect by sharing that with your devotee friends?
Not expect nothing, just to like to share.
Okay. Let me ask you a question so it can get clearer. Krishna like enacted a Leela in front of you. That's what you are saying, right? Yes.
Yes.
Krishna. Yes. Okay. So do you think that Krishna has the capability to enact the same Leela with your friends?
No,
No, he doesn't have the capability to enact the
no.
same Leela. No, why not?
Maybe that. Maybe.
Maybe, maybe Krishna doesn't have the strength to. Krishna doesn't have the ability to enact the same Leela with your friend, or anybody else for that matter.
He has.
Yes. So, but he doesn't.
No.
But he doesn't, right?
Yes.
So if he doesn't, maybe he has good reason not to enact that Leela with your friend.
Okay.
So why do you want to do Krishna's bidding? You see, if
Okay, that's
Krishna,
true.
if enacting that Leela will help your friend, and Krishna knows that, and yet he chooses not to do so, maybe instead of telling your friend, you should be first asking Krishna, why didn't you do that Leela with my friend?
Okay.
You see? So it's Leela of Krishna is just like Leelas of Krishna are just like it's just like like bedroom secrets between the husband and wife. They are to be closely guarded. When you guard them, the intimacy between the husband and the wife that increases. What happens if the husband goes out and tells his friends, male friends, what he did to his wife last night, and the wife gets to know that? What will happen to that relationship? What do you think? What will happen to that relationship as a husband and a wife? And whatever happened in the bedroom last night, the husband goes out and he shares with all his friends, and the wife gets to know that. She hears that. What do you think is going to happen?
Nothing will be same. Everything will be changed between
What will
them.
change? What will change?
The trust thing, like the trust will be broken of the lady.
Trust is there. Trust is a factor. Do you think the wife is gonna act in the same way with the husband anymore?
No.
That's what happens. You go out and tell that Leela, you won't get that anymore. So do you want to have only one time wonder, or do you want to continue?
Continue.
Learn to keep secrets then.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Devika Maji. Wow. Please. Yes, Maji. How can I
Hare
serve
Krishna,
you?
Prabhuji,
Hare
Dhanwal
Krishna. Ratna.
Prabhuji, I am stuck with text 29.
Let's go back to 29.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, let's go back to 29. Yes. Maji, go on. What do you think? Yeah, where can I help you?
I didn't get what it is talking about.
It is talking about different processes of Jnana and how Ashtanga Yoga is used to achieve the objective of Jnana, which is impersonal liberation. So there he said, those who are inclined with the process of breath restraint, inclined to the process. Why is he inclined? He is inclined because he has undergone this process in his past lives too. That's why he has got the samskar for it. He's an inclination for it. So then he does this kumbhak, rechak, all of that. You see, there's a breathing in, breathing out, anulom, vilom. So those things are there. And at last remain in trance, stopping all breathing. So that is the idea of Brahma Sakshatkar. You see, you attain the Brahma. Others curtail the eating process, you see, he's saying. So they are doing more of the tapa yagya, offer the outgoing breath as a sacrifice. So it's the tapa yagya. And here he is doing the more of the Ashtanga kind of thing, with the target of achieving impersonal liberation, which is Gyan Marg. That's all. It's just a practice. Obviously, it is difficult to understand because we are not using this practice. And to add to that, Prabhupada is basically, you see, that's why he's saying, talking about the practicing of the pranayam and the hatha yoga system.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhruv Maharaj used this practice. He stopped eating and he stopped taking breath. So still Lord gave him darshans. How is it possible then?
Why not? Because the target is Vishnu.
Okay. His target was Vishnu.
Target is Vishnu. Not just the target was Vishnu. He was initiated by Narad Muni with a mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's why. He's coming from the bona fide parampara of Narada, who gave him a bhakti mantra. He didn't give him some, like impersonal, not even impersonal. He didn't give him some siddhi, although he asked for it. He asked for this siddhi and all that. I need a kingdom bigger than Brahma. He gave him a mantra. So yeah, the process which he used with that mantra, in the conjunction with that mantra, was the process which was done in Satya Yoga. This is Jnana. That's how you see. That's true. Prahlad didn't do that. Dhruva did that. Prahlad didn't do that. Good, good. So, Devika, is it like something is getting in? Not
Yes,
much,
yes.
I know. I can see your face. Something is getting something, but not much, because actually we are not using this process. We are not using this process. That's why. Yeah, like using the Krishna consciousness. But this is good to know, like otherwise, like you see, here Prabhupada is talking about in the same part, but now he's talking about Krishna Prasadam. But whereas what he's saying he stops eating, stops breathing, and you see, curtailing the eating process. So we are not curtailing the eating process, we are engaging the eating process. So therefore, certainly our process is certainly different.
Yes.
That's why, like when you read the translation and you go to the purport, and then you think that, okay, maybe I will get to know how about what Prabhupada is going to speak about the curtailing process. He's not going to tell you about the curtailing process. He will tell you the engaging process. That's the idea. Because if he says that, if he uses that, It can be a very good academic exercise, but it's not going to help in this age. You see? So that's why it's the mood of Prabhupada is like that. He can explain how the process works, but because the process does not work in this age as he used to work in the previous ages. So it's like better to try something which is more appropriate for this age. Okay.
Yes. Got it.
Thank you, Devika Maji. So we were in verse number 34. Tad vidhi. This is the vidhi. Pranipad pariprashna sevaya. Okay. This is vidhi. This is not rag. Okay. It's vidhi. Jnaninas tattvadarshina. Tattvadarshi guru. Okay. So now here Prabhupada is so much elaborating about this Tattvadarshi and how can one like it's like the qualification of the guru, not the qualification of the disciple. Then criteria of a guru. All right, so having said that, dwelled upon it, let's move on. Move on, Harshika Mataji, verse number 35.
Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are mine.
You see, so this is the idea of Gyan Marg. But now the Gyan Marg is actually going, now this from this verse you can see, it is going beyond Gyan Marg. Now what he's talking about is not Gyan Marg. It's actually he's crossing the threshold of Gyan Marg. Having obtained Jnana from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all livings are but part of the Supreme. So he's still not Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he understands Jiva, Supreme, and the concept of Supreme, and the Gyan Marga. Okay? The objective, but it's like a little bit is going further than that. You see the result. Learning that all beings are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gradually, because he's saying they are mine. Who is mine here? Who is the speaker?
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna. Here, when it talks about the Supreme, is this Krishna?
Krishna.
Yes.
No, not Krishna. It is Supreme.
Why?
Again, it's Supreme. It's not Supreme. That's why he says, or in other words, your mind. Other words, the sentence can stop here. If we delete this, what is wrong grammatically?
So it's talking about the Brahman, right?
Yes. But then Krishna is hinting not just Brahma, or in other words, they're mine. And he says mine, it's not the Brahma anymore. So that means he's giving an indication here that it is like this is the threshold where you can cross that Gyan Marga and enter into Bhakti.
My abode, yeah.
Yes. Here you can gradually, you see, Atmani. Athatu, Mai, clearly. It's not a word jugglery. See? Atmani, Atha, to Mai. Atmani means Atmani, the Supreme. But then he says Mai, me. Me means Krishna. So here is the threshold where you are from the Brahma, the Supreme, you are coming to the personal conception because this is said me. Me means a person. Okay? Me means a person. Now it's like the personalism. So you have to like read in between those lines and figure out how like Krishna, like gradually pushes that. Yes, Vaibhavi Mataji, go on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'm confused with the meaning of supreme over in the purport. It is mentioned that the living entities as separated parts and parcels of the supreme have a purpose to fill. So here are we
Yes,
talking about Brahman or are we talking about Krishna?
Brahma. Brahma.
Brahman. So we are part
Yes,
and parcels of Brahman.
of course. Of course. It's not that we are part and parcel of Krishna directly. The part and parcel of Krishna, then like part and parcel of Krishna is to be Vishnu Tattva. We are Jiva Tattva. You see,
So we are
that's why.
Brahman part and parcels.
That's a Brahma. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Good word. Good. Let's go to, okay, verse number 36. Go on. Read on, Mataji.
Even if you are considered to be the most sinful of all sinners, when you are situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be able to cross over the ocean of miseries.
You see the same thing. Here is like using a kind of analogy. Transcendental boat. So even if you are more sinful of the sinners, you can still, if you can, because why? That's what we were discussing since yesterday. Janmarg can eradicate all the sinful reactions. So even if somebody is following the Gyan he can be situated in Gyan even the most sinful of the person. He can take to Gyan So not like everybody will take to Bhakti, but even if somebody takes to Gyan he will be able to cross the ocean of miseries. Didn't say that you will come back to Golok Vrindavan or back by No. Liberation. See? So it's all talking about liberation. But in between that, he gave a hint of how you can cross over to me, the person also. It means when you can transcend or cross over the Gyan mark. Now it's only talking about crossing over to liberation. Vaibhavi Maji, go on.
Sorry, Prabhuji. So with liberation, does it mean that we have to come again after liberation as well? Because we're not going,
not immediately, but maybe in some
we go to
time.
spiritual planets, but after
No,
completing
no,
our
no. No. You're not going on anywhere spiritual planets. It's just crossing over to the ocean of misery. That means you will be situated in Brahma. What is beyond the ocean of misery? Brahma. When you are crossing the
still the person
Virja,
will come back.
he doesn't find any service, so he doesn't have anything to do. He is there in the south, but then because he has got this free will, and if he is there in the Brahma, and then he has the free will, so he can always will to go either this side or that side. Basically, he's going back, he's being reinstated to the position from where he fell.
Okay.
That's all. That's all. Yeah, I will understand this more when we'll understand. See, if there is a default, right? Jiva is in the default. I can see there's a difference between okay and okay.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
actually trying to understand, but this is quite very
Yeah.
confusing for me.
See, there's a 0, like there's a lumber line, right? So there's a 0, position. Okay, x-axis, y-axis. So from that x-axis, y-axis, either you come to the more the plus the positive x or the negative x. Okay. So if you are choosing, the will is there, so you chosen to come to the negative x. Okay, minus. By the Gyan Marga, what you can do, you can go back to the 0, 0 position. Now you're in the 0, 0, 0 position. Again. So you are again have the same choice. Here or there. The Gyan Marga can be beyond the 0, 0 position. There's the Bhakti
when
Marga,
one is, yeah.
which is on the X positive position. That's what it is.
Okay. So when one is liberated, they still have that will. They have that will to come back or to stay at the position where they are. Basically, liberation is this.
Bondage, huh? If material world is bondage, you have been freed to go back. Go back where? From where you belong to. Where do you belong to? The 0, 0 position. That is called the marginal energy. Here, the marginal energy. So, okay. Right?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Good. Let's move. Let's see what's there in the constitutional position. Yes. Yes. Yes, that's true. That's the point. Keshavi Mataji, that's the point. Unless and until you get the constitutional position, which is the definition of mukti according to Bhagavad. Mukti hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. Just till the time you are situated in the swarup, you are not actually mukta. You may think that you are a mukta, but you are not. And that's what Bhagavatam says. Ye anne Ravindraksha, ye anne Aravindaksha vimukta manina. He thinks that he has been vimukta, he has become free, mukta, manias, he thinks like. Tvai ashta bhavat avishuddha buddhaya. His bhava for Krishna, asta, that means it sinks. Sinks. Avishuddha buddhya, because the intelligence has not been completely cleansed. It is avishuddha, it's not vishuddha. Why? Why is not clean? Aruha prakachena tata patanti adhava. So because he has risen up. Aruha means rising. So Jnana Marg is an ascending path. He has risen. Okay. To where? By Kricha sadhana. By austerity. He has risen up. Padam. To where? To Parampad, to Brahma. Brahma is called Parampad. But then, Patanti Yadha, he can fall down again. Why? Anadrita Yushmat Angraya. Because he has got no respect for the lotus feet of Krishna. That means it is a poetic form. The point is, he does not recognize the personal form of Krishna. It is still impersonal. The concept of supreme is there. The concept of supreme person or personality is not there. That's right. Is it fine? All right, go on. Harshika Maji, go on.
As a blazing fire turns firewood to
You lost your voice. Lost your voice.
As a blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities.
Time and again he is talking about, now he's summarizing that how Gyan Marga can burn all the material reactions. That obviously is not the samskaras, but the reactions, yes. Nahi jane na, jane na. Go on, Mataji.
In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism, and one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys this knowledge within himself in due course of time.
You see the 4th chapter is ending, and now Krishna is talking about devotional service. Although, what was the title of the chapter? This is Gyan Marg, yeah, Gyan Yoga, transcendental knowledge, Gyan Yoga. But now, at the end, Krishna is talking about devotional service. Why? Because the Gyan Yoga in its purest form leads to Bhakti Yoga. Okay. Sure. Okay, Krishna Kanai Prabhu. Go on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in the last verse, you were talking about liberation with the process of Gyanmarg. So, Prabhuji, I was curious. With the liberation with the process of Gyanmarg, is there still a possibility of falling down, like you mentioned?
Yeah, quite possible.
So,
quite possible.
It's permanent, like in the Bhakti Yoga, if a person reaches God's abode, I think the person does not
Because
fall down.
he's reaching God's abode and he has a service. Why should he fall down? You are not reaching God's abode, you don't have a service, so then you have every reason to fall down. It's the 0-0 position. It's the 0-0 position from where you fell. So why should it not be any different this time? Let's see. Okay. Good. So let's come to verse number 38. No, not 38. Yeah. Yeah, we were discussing 38. So
39.
yeah, no, wait. Samsiddha. Swayam Yoga Samsiddha. That's it. Swayam Yoga Samsiddha. So what is Swayam Yoga? Swayam is, who is Swayam here? Who is the Swayam here? Yes, yes. Who is the Swayam? Krishna, yes. Swayam Yoga Samsiddha in devotion. Okay. In devotion. Yeah. You see, that is the last word in Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada is saying. This knowledge and peace culminates in Krishna consciousness. This Gyan Marg culminates in Bhakti. That is the last word in Bhagavad Gita. Oops, something happened. Wait. All right, verse number 39. Yeah, read on.
A faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge. And having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace.
Now it's talking about Shanti. Talking about spiritual peace, Shanti. Shanti makir achirena gacchati. Shantirena jigachati, you see. So, what is the goal of Gyan Marg? Shanti. Or Shantaras. The Gyanis are in the Shantaras. The neutrality. Neutrality. Shanti doesn't mean peace, but Shanti means neutrality. All right. So that's basically. So this is Shraddhavan Labhate Jnanam. Such a very important verse. Shraddhavan Labhate Jnanam. So who will get that? Only the faithful. All right. Verse number 40. Go on.
But ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God consciousness. They fall down. For the doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next.
Such a powerful words. Nayam lokosti na paro. Samshayatma vinashyati. These are like small extracts of the verses Prabhupada would use. Samshayatma vinashyati. The doubtful soul. Those who always have doubt on Krishna and the process, they fall down. So in this place, it's jnana. So he doesn't have, they fall down. So then what is the use of, if it's like, not what is the use, but to speak of getting any happiness in the transcendental platform when he is not even happy here, material platform. All right. Questions on that? Yes, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu, go on.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, here it is mentioned that one who doubts the revealed scriptures. So far we have learnt about the Vedas. So is it the revealed scriptures referring to Vedas here?
Yeah, including certainly Vedas. Certainly Vedas. So what was the question? Revealed scripture means Vedas.
Okay. That's the only question. Thank you.
So doubt is like, you can always have a doubt. Doubt is not opposed to faith. Doubt is an element of faith. When you have the doubt of the ability of Krishna, that is the problem. Okay. Go on, verse number 41. You see? Yoga Sannyasa Karmanam.
One who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his actions, and whose doubts have been destroyed by the transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus, he is not bound by the reactions of work or conqueror of riches.
Yes. When you act in devotional service. Now when you are acting in devotional service. And you have also done the karma sannyas. So then what happens? Those doubts that was risen, they are destroyed by transcendental knowledge, Janmark. And he is situated in the self. So this is the transition from Jnanmark to Bhakti. Somebody wants to transmit, no. Somebody wants to change from Jnanmark to Bhakti Mark. This is how he does. Of course, those who are of Jnanmark, what do they care about what we are teaching? But actually, it's possible. Okay. Last verse. Oh, Jyoti, go on. Sorry. Sorry, Jyoti Maji, I didn't see you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, I
much.
wanted to ask, devotional service, how do we, what are the realms of devotional service? Does attending classes, nam jap,
All of this. 64 limbs.
Okay.
64
So
limbs above.
it is not only limited to serving others. It includes everything.
No, you can include everything when you are doing the primary thing.
Okay.
On that strength, you can do that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, why we Maji, go on.
Hare
You're in the
Krishna,
last
Prabhuji. Before you've told me that we are part and parcels of Supreme. Here it is mentioned that he are part and parcel of the Lord. So who is this Lord referring to?
Lord refers to Brahma.
Here also we are
And
referring to Brahma only.
And Brahma is a part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's all. So, but there is a part of this, a part of that, doesn't mean equal to part of that. A equal to B and B equal to C doesn't mean A equal to C here. That's why I said the difference is the Jiva Tattva and the Vishwa Tattva. Okay. So now this is the last verse. Very powerful verse. Tasmat ajnana sambhudam hritsam jnanasina mana chitvainam samshayam yoga atishotishta bharata. Go on, Ashikamaji.
Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharata, stand and fight.
Armed in yoga, stand and fight. And who has this weapons of knowledge? Who has the weapons of knowledge actually? I think it is there here. Wait. Just trying to find out. Anyway, it's not there. But when one of the Prabhupada says in a lecture to one of the in one of the lecture to this verse, Prabhupada says that Jnana Asi, you see here, Jnana Ashinam. Yeah, here. Jnana Asina, Atmana. So the person who is holding this Jnana Ashi, by which one can cut the ignorance, is Balram. Okay. This verse indirectly indicates about Balram. So Prabhupada says. Okay. So with this,
Prabhuji
we come to
indicates
the Lord Balram. Prabhupada says in one of the purports to this verse. Yes. Okay. So with this, we practically come to the end of the chapter. Okay, we have got hands up. Dayamaji, go on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my question is from last lecture, not from today's class.
Go on. Let's see.
Prabhuji, yesterday we said that in every yuga there has incarnation, and we believe that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is incarnation in this Kali Yuga, right now?
Go on.
Then, like this is we get to heard, and this is written in Bhagavatam that Kalki Avatar is that will come in Kali Yuga. So, like that has been come.
That's the avatar which is going to come at the end of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, these are some of the avatars.
Okay.
Buddha is a Kali Yuga avatar. Vyasdev, we can say, straight to Kali Yuga. You see? So Parashuram, staying at Mahendra Parvat, still in Kali Yuga. So it depends on how many avatars can descend and be here. Okay.
Okay. And one more question. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why the incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the secret?
Because Kali Yuga, there's no dearth of false incarnations. Hey, there's no need to compete with the false incarnations. That's why it's secret. It's secret, but it's not secret for the devotees. It's secret for those who are not devotees.
Okay.
Point. Okay. Last, Pandit Gadadhar Prabhu. Go on.
Prabhuji, you mentioned that Prabhupada mentioned in his lecture that the sword of the weapon of knowledge is representing by Lord Balram. So the Balram is Adi Guru. So is there some metaphor assembly which is hidden there that we need to surrender to Guru so that we can have knowledge and we can slash the ignorance and all?
No, that was there. That Vidhi Pranipatena, 434. It was already there. Adviti Pranipatena Pariprashanana Sevaya. It's already there. So he's already saying so. He's already saying
So he's
that.
again okay, so he's again reiterating the same thing here in the last stroke of this chapter, right?
No. Now he's saying, oh Arjuna, take this and fight. It's like, that was a more generic statement. This is like, come on, enough, you heard enough. Now stand and fight. So next week we would be delving into karma yoga in action. 5th chapter. Okay. So with this, let's conclude. Let's call it a day. Thank you, Hashika Maji, for your reading.
I have a question.
Oh, go on.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask what is the difference between Buddhi Yoga and Karma Yoga? Because in chapter number 3, in 3.1, Prabhupada has stated Arjuna also thought of Krishna consciousness or Buddhi Yoga. Here he compared Krishna consciousness and Buddhi Yoga, and in 3.3 he compared Karma Yoga and Buddhi Yoga. Is Karma Yoga Buddhi and Buddhi
3.3.
Yoga are the same?
Yes.
Krishna
3.3.
consciousness and Buddhi Yoga is the same.
3.3 is the definition where it says Karma Yoga is Buddhi Yoga. That means the starting point of Karma Yoga is called Buddhi Yoga and the end point of Karma Yoga is called Bhakti Yoga. Karma Yoga starts, like the realm of Karma Yoga starts with Buddhi Yoga. Then you can go beyond to Karma Sannyas Yoga. And then at the last he says that one can transcend to Bhakti Yoga. That's it. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. We shall be meeting next Monday.
One more question. I had one confusion that Gyan Margis follow the path of Sankhya Yoga.
They use Shankya, but the Shankya they use is the atheistic Shankya of Kapil Muni. Generally, that's what we have seen. Yeah, generally that's what we have seen.
अच्छा प्रभु जी एक और क्वेश्चन था 3.4 में प्रभुपाद ने तात्पर्य में बताया हुआ है कि even without discharging the prescribed duties whatever he may be able to advance in the cause is accepted by the Lord कि अपने नियत कर्म वो ना करे और भक्ति करे तो ये ठीक है तो इस तरह तो कोई भी अगर कोई नया भक्त होगा वो इसलिए
नया भक्त क्यों होगा?
प्रोवोकिंग नहीं है उसकी जो
नया
नियत
भक्त
कर्म
क्यों
छोड़
होगा?
देगा आपने
नया भक्त क्यों होगा?
तो स्टार्टिंग में जब आया होगा और गीता रीड कर रहा होगा
भगवान
उसके लिए तो ये बात प्रोवोकिंग नहीं हो तो नियत कर्म अपने छोड़ सकता है और बस भक्ति में लग जाएगा ऐसे तो
अरे यार फिर वही वाली बात, आप जबरदस्ती एक ही चीज को जो है घसीटे जा रहे हो। भगवान कह रहे हैं जो भक्ति करेगा, आप कह रहे हो नया भक्त होगा। भगवान जो आप कह रहे हैं वो तो नहीं कह रहे ना, वो तो आप कह रहे हैं ना नया भक्त होगा। भगवान ने कब कहा कि नया भक्त होगा? है ना? जो आप क्यों उसको घसीटे जा रहे हो? जो भगवान कह ही नहीं रहे, भगवान कह रहे जो भक्ति करेगा। भगवान ने तो कहा ही नहीं जिसने साधना भक्ति करेगा जो नया भक्त होगा। नया भक्त के लिए आई नहीं ना, जो भक्त होगा। याद है वो चीज? कोयले का मतलब काला होता है, सफेद नहीं होता। आम का मतलब पीला होता है, हरा नहीं होता। अब क्यों घसीटे जा रहे हो? उसको है ही नहीं वो चीज, है ना? व्हाई आर यू थिंकिंग लाइक दैट? इस नहीं होगा हो, इसलिए नहीं होगा, उसके लिए नहीं बोला गया है। और अगर होगा तो जूते खाएगा और क्या? ऐसी क्या बात है भाई? ऐसी क्या है ना, लाइक कयामत टूट पड़ी है। नया होगा तो जूते खाएगा। आप क्या चाहते हो कि जूते भी ना खाए, नया भी भक्त हो, है और कर्म से भी छूट जाए? भाई इस तरह नहीं होता मामला। कहाँ गई हमारी माता जी? She's off the hook, right? So anyway, she's back. Or no. All right. Okay, Vaibhavi Mataji. Or she's back, right? Yeah, she's back. Ashika Mataji, she must be having a problem with the connection.
I got
So,
disconnected.
you got it, right? So it's not why you
No,
got
I didn't get it.
it's because it was lost in the
Yes,
in the
yes.
transmission. So that's what I'm saying. So you are saying नया भक्त होगा, नया भक्त होगा, नया भक्त होगा. I am saying नया भक्त क्यों होगा? नया भक्त के लिए नहीं बोला ना, उन्होंने बोला भक्त होगा. I'm pushing for it. नया भक्त होगा तो
Okay,
जूते
okay, okay.
नया भक्त होगा तो जूते खाएगा. ऐसी क्या परेशानी है भाई?
लेकिन
अगर नया
कृष्णा ने
भक्त
तो
जो है,
हर श्लोक में
अगर नया भक्त जो है भक्त के तरह काम करने की कोशिश करेगा, जैसे कि एक फर्स्ट क्लास का ग्रेड का स्टूडेंट अगर पीएचडी की तरह हरकत करेगा तो जूते खाएगा. आपको इतनी हमदर्दी क्यों है उससे? खाने दो जूते.
सही.
ठीक है ना? वही वाली बात है. एक मैच्योर बंदा जो है जबरदस्ती पंगा लेगा तो जूते खाएगा. कृष्णा की स्टेटमेंट किसके लिए है? वो लिखी हुई है साहब. इट इज फॉर डिवोटी, माई डिवोटी. He didn't say it for the practitioner. He didn't for the rookie. It's not for the साधक भक्त. अगर उसको अपने बारे में गलत फहमी हो गई है, बड़ी जल्दी कृष्णा दूर कर देंगे. कृष्णा ने खैर क्या ही दूर करना है? 3 modes of material nature ही दूर कर देंगे बस. That's how it works.
तो लेकिन कृष्णा ने जो पिछले श्लोकों में बताया है कि अपनी प्रिस्क्राइब ड्यूटीज करो, अपने नियत कर्म करो, तो वो सबको
तभी
करना है.
तो कह
तो
रहे
एक
हैं,
शुद्ध
तभी
भक्त
तो.
अगर वो नहीं करा तो.
हाँ, शुद्ध भक्त नहीं, सिद्ध भक्त.
जी.
शुद्ध भक्त नहीं, सिद्ध भक्त. A person who is on this level of भाव, वो लिबरेट हो चुका है, वो क्यों कर्म करेगा? फिर उसके लिबरेट होने का फायदा क्या है कि अगर वो कर्म ही कर रहे हो तो? ये तो पहले ही ठीक था.
Got it.
लिबरेट नहीं था, काम भी कर रहा था. अब लिबरेट भी होकर काम भी कर रहा है पागल की तरह. ऐसा थोड़ी है. ठीक है. ओके, थैंक यू.
One last.
All right, बस it has to stop there. Please go on.
It's
It
one
has to stop.
last.
Yes, Vishakha Maji, go on. Vaibhavi Maji Vaibhavi Maji's question will be sacrificed.
No
Go
problem,
on.
Prabhuji.
Sorry, go on.
In text 3.8, Prabhupada is saying so-called renunciation for the purpose of maintenance is never
Yes.
approved by the Lord nor by any religious scripture. After all,
Obviously.
one is to maintain one's body and soul together by some work. You can just explain this point? I'm not getting this point.
No, but he's talking about pretenders, no? He's talking about
Yes.
pretenders. So that's the pretenders. We can see so many so-called sadhus, so-called yogis. They just wear a saffron cloth, and then that's all. And they are living off the expense of the society. What is their contribution? That's why the entire community of the sadhus, entire community of the practitioners, yogis, is now, like has earned a bad name because of this. It's called pseudo sadhus, pseudo yogis. You can see that in India. There's a nice there's a householder, and he's going for a Kumbh Yatra. Suddenly, the next morning he's going for a Kumbh Yatra. He will wear a saffron dress. Why? Then after he comes back, he again changes back the saffron dress. So it's like that. It's there in Pakistan also, I know. Certain people, they don't want to work anymore, just wear the dress. That you can do only in these places. That you can do only in these places, not in the West. Of course, in the West also, there are charlatans, so many cheats. So, yeah, that's a cheating process in the name of Krishna, not for Krishna. There's a difference between doing a work for Krishna, and another is doing the work in the name of Krishna.
In the name of Krishna.
Yeah. So that's like, that's the difference. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji God.
Thank you, Vishakha Maji. And thanks to all the devotees, all the assembled devotees. All the glories to the assembled devotees, all the assembled devotees. And let's meet up next week. Okay. And we will be covering chapter number 5 and 6. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.